In a prior episode, I went through and looked at some undumped rare Satellaview games. Unfortunately, there's way more where that came from, so I can make a sequel. Yay. There were two follow-ups to BSX Shooting, a Desigmon engine download for Satellaview. This one, shown in some archived Nico Nico Doga footage, is of Sukhoi STG. This one takes a bit longer to beat than BSX Shooting, and has a custom soundtrack as well. As for that second follow-up, well, here's some footage of that as well. Sukhoi STG-2 Crystal Guardian. Compared to even the first Sukhoi STG, this seemed like an ambitious Desigmon mod. It would be neat if I could find it sometime. Like the previous Sukhoi STG footage, this was taken off Nico Nico Doga. There also used to be an upload of its soundtrack, but I can't seem to find it now. ChronoMoogle suggested I show this one, but I got nothing but still screens. And not even clean ones. They're obviously from an analog feed, and they're watermarked by Satellaview Heaven. It's hard to tell how PicoPico Pirates relates to Pico or Pirates, but it vaguely looks like a Super Scope game for some reason. Man, this one is a total mystery. As I mentioned before, when the Satellaview first started broadcasting, Warrios Woods was among its first games. But the version broadcast around that time is distinct even from the Futatabi ROM that is ROM-dumped. This version, called Bakshoban, contains cameos from Bakusho Monda, who were among the radio guests of Satellaview from the very beginning. It's hard to tell if the game is very different from Futatabi otherwise. However, as one of Satellaview's first broadcasts, I feel that this is an important game to try to preserve if possible. As I dig deeper into these undumped games, things get more and more mysterious. I have no clue what this is. Well, I mean, I know the title, Arno Shosai, and the screenshots look kinda like a visual novel, but besides that, I really have no idea. These screenshots, which were pulled from an archive of Nintendo's homepage in the 90s, are basically the only trace of what this game was that still exists. Said archives also have one more game that we're looking at. Once again, this is the only trace of it. This one, called Bakusho Monda no Totsugeki Star Pirates, appears to once again tie into the Bakusho Monda comedy team, much like the Warrios Woods game shown earlier. It also looks vaguely like a comedic outer space adventure of some kind. And it looks like it has some weird quizzes. I would not be surprised if this is a very quirky Japanese game. But until I actually get to play it, I still would not know for certain. All these undumped ROMs are tiring me out. A while back, I put up a Suedo vlog on my YouTube, which had a bit on the SNES CD patents that Sony filed. Hope you check that out. There are also some nice juicy bits in the Satellaview patents. I hope to be able to incorporate them in a video sometime.